In this video, we'll cover how to export your contacts from Gmail and then import them into Salesforce. The first step in exporting your contacts is to log into your Gmail account. Next, click on the drop-down menu on the left-hand side of the page under Gmail, and then click on the Contacts link. This pulls up all of the contacts that you have in Gmail. From here, click on the More drop-down menu in the top middle of the page, and then select Export. You can choose which contacts to export, either a specific group or all contacts, and then select the file format. We want the contacts in a CSV format, so we'll select to export them into an Outlook CSV file, since Google notes that this is the best format for importing them into another application. Now click the Export button and your contacts will be exported to a file in your Downloads folder. Now that your contacts have been exported from Gmail, we'll walk through how to import them into Salesforce. After you log into your Salesforce account, click on the Contacts tab. Look for the Tools section in the bottom right-hand corner of the page, and then click on the Import My Accounts and Contacts link. You'll be taken to an overview page for importing your contacts. There are a number of helpful links on the right side of this page. Take a few minutes to read through this information before continuing on. You'll also notice a link at the top of the page in the yellow bar. Click on this link if you're importing more than 500 contacts at once, and you'll be taken to another import wizard to walk through those steps. For this tutorial, we're going to walk through how to import fewer than 500 contacts. So we'll click on the Start the Import Wizard link and launch the Import Wizard. One best practice for importing your contacts is to test how a file with just 5 to 10 contacts will import. That way you can go back and refine the process if you need to. On the first step of the Import Wizard, you can select where your data is coming from. Select Microsoft Outlook as the data source, since this was the format that we used when exporting your contacts from Gmail. Then click Next. Now you choose your contacts file. Click on the Choose File button, and then find the file that you exported from Gmail. It should be in your recent downloads. Once you select your file, click Open. If you're certain your contacts will import correctly, maybe you tested importing a few contacts to see that all of your information matched up correctly to Salesforce, then you can click Import Now. If you'd like to see how your contact information is mapping to Salesforce's fields, click on the Customize Mappings button. First, you'll be able to check your contact information. You can walk through the different fields to check that the information you have in your spreadsheet is matching up to the right field in Salesforce. For instance, that the name field is pulling from the right column in your contact sheet, or that the title or email address is correct. If you're unsure of how the information is set up in your CSV file, you can always open your spreadsheet at this point to check what information you have in it and make sure that it's being mapped correctly. On the next step, you can check how your contacts' address and phone numbers are being mapped. When you've checked this information over, head to Step 5. Here you can check that your account information is importing correctly. Accounts are how Salesforce refers to companies that your contacts work at. At the top of the page, you'll see that you can overwrite any existing account data that you may already have in Salesforce with the new account data in your spreadsheet. Check this box if you already have data in Salesforce and know that the account information that you're importing is more up to date. Click Next, and now you can check over the rest of your account's information, including the billing address, shipping address, and their phone number. On the last step, Salesforce will show you all of the data in your spreadsheet that's not currently matched up to any field in Salesforce. If you need to, you can always click the Back button and go back to the previous steps in the wizard to make sure that this data is mapped correctly. Or you can choose to import this data into the Notes section of either the contact or the account record. When you're done checking your data over, click Import Now. Salesforce will let you know how many new contacts and accounts it created. And if you close out of the import wizard, you can go to your Contacts tab and then select the New This Week view to see the contacts that you just imported. Now that you've learned how to import your contacts from Gmail, watch the next video in the series to learn how to create and manage your personal tasks in Salesforce.